is still Mamaika, and for this video, we're going to talk about the 21st century literary genres. Let's start. For this day, we're going to discuss the following: illustrated novel, digifiction, graphic novel, manga, doodle fiction, text talk novels, chick lit or chick literature, flash fiction, 6-word flash fiction, creative nonfiction, science fiction, blog, and hyperpoetry. Simulan natin sa illustrated novel. Now, the first thing that I want you to remember is ang tamang pronunciation ay novel, hindi novel. Okay? So, it's pronounced novel. Now, an illustrated novel from the word illustrated ay punong-puno ng illustrations. In fact, it has about 50 to 100% illustrations or drawings dun sa kwento na binabasa mo. Therefore, the reader must interpret the story based upon the illustrations na nandoon. And it may contain all genres. Pwede siyang horror, fairy tale, pwede siyang love story, pwede siya sa lahat. An example of this is The Invention of Hugo Cabret by Brian Selznick and The Arrival by Sean Tan. Now let's have digifiction. Ano naman ang digifiction? This is often called the triple media literature. Bakit triple? Kasi gumagamit siya ng tatlong forms. Meron siyang book, meron siyang movie or video, at meron siyang website. Now, to get the full story, the students or the readers must engage themselves in these three. So, meron kang babasahin na book, tapos meron ka ding panonoodin na video or movie, tapos meron ka ding pupuntahang website para masundan mo yung flow ng story. An example of this is Patrick Carman's Skeleton Creek and Anthony Zucker's Level 26. So, ang digifiction, very interactive. Next one is graphic novel. Graphic novel is simply comics o yung mga kwento in comic book formats. We know how comics look like. Meron siyang mga panels. So, divided siya into parang mga boxes, ayan, or panels. At yung mga sinasabi ng characters natin na nakadrawing ay nakalagay sa mga balloons. An example of this is Archie Comics by John Goldwater and illustrator Bob Montana. Siyempre, yung mga comics ng kwento ng Marvel, ayan, ay example din ng graphic novel. Ayan, yung kwento nila Thor, nila Iron Man, ni Captain America, ni Black Widow, yan ay mga nanggaling din sa comics. So, part sila ng graphic novel. The next one is manga. Ano naman ang manga? Ito ay graphic novel din or comics din, pero from Japan. So the word manga is being used in the English-speaking world as a term for all comics na nanggagaling sa Japan. Ngayon, anong pinagkaiba ng manga sa comics or sa graphic novel na mayroon tayo? Yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng panel. Diba, when we write sa ating writing system, nagsisimula tayo from left to right. Pero pagdating sa manga, ang pagsulat naman natin ay from right to left. Yun ang pinagkaiba. Now, we also have the term Ameri manga. Ito naman yung mga manga na sinusulat ng American writers using the Japanese comic book format. Examples are shonen or boys manga like Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. Shoujo or girls manga like Sailor Moon. Seinen or men's manga like Akira. Josei or women's manga like Loveless and Paradise Kiss. Siyempre, hindi naman magpapahuli ang Kodomo o ang children's manga like Doraemon and Hello Kitty. Next one is doodle fiction. Now, this is a literary presentation in which the author incorporates doodles or handwritings dun sa mismong kwento. These drawings or these doodles enhance the story and they often add humorous elements to the story itself. An example is The Diary of a Wimpy Kid by Jeff Kinney and Timmy Failure by Stefan Pastis. Next one is text talk novels. Ito naman yung from the word text talk. Nabubuo yung kwento gamit lang yung exchange of messages ng mga characters natin. Pwedeng sa social media, pwedeng nag-chat sila, o kaya pwedeng text messages din. Basta using these exchange of conversations, nakakabuo ka ng kwento. These may include blogs or emails or IMs or instant messages. A perfect example of this is yung Vince, Kath, and James na kwento natin. Diba, kapag tinignan mo yung book nun, talagang puro text messages or chat messages lang siya nung mga characters. And using those, makukuha mo kung ano yung tinatakbo nung istorya. Next one is chic lit or chic literature. This is about modern womanhood, but the issues here are catered in a very light-hearted or humorous manner. Chic lit often features a female protagonist whose femininity has a thermalizing effect to the story. An example is Scarlett Bailey's The Night Before Christmas and Miranda Dickinson's It Started with a Kiss. Now, let's discuss flash fiction. Pag sinabi nating flash, siya ay mabilis. So, ang flash fiction is a story of extreme brevity or sobrang ikse. Now, for its category, wala pang malinaw na definition. Like, others may say it should just be about 100 words. Yung iba naman, sabi, pwede raw 1,000 words or 500 words. So, wala pang napagkakasunduan na category para pumasok ang isang kwento sa flash fiction. But one thing is for sure, it has to be shorter than a short story. And speaking of flash fiction, meron din tayong tinatawag na 6-word flash fiction. So obviously, sabi dito, using 6 words, dapat daw makapagbigay ka na ng kwento or ng isang idea. And that's very challenging. Now we have a very good example here. This is by Ernest Hemingway.
For sale, baby shoes, never worn.
Now using 6 words, nakapagkwento na siya.
Na meron siyang baby shoes na never na naisuot.
So, pwede ka na ngayon magkaroon ng idea sa isip mo na hindi natuloy yung baby. So, pwedeng hindi na ipanganak yung baby or hindi talaga nagbuntis yung babae o kaya baka hindi talaga sila naikasal. Ayan. So, using 6 words, nagkaroon ka na ng kwento. That is a 6-word flash fiction. Another example is Margaret Atwood's Longed for Him, Got Him, Shit. Sorry sa SHIT word. Pero yun yung example natin from Margaret Atwood. Using 6 words, nakuha natin yung kwento, no? Na meron siyang pinangarap na lalaki. Tapos, nakuha niya yung lalaki, kaya lang... Okay, so, and in fact, that word may be interpreted in different ways din. Pwede mong sabihin na yung SHIT word ay nagsisi siya, or pwede namang nasabi niya yung SHIT word dahil sa sobrang saya. Kagaya nga na sinasabi natin sa reader's response, nag-iiba ang meaning, depende sa interpretation. Next one is creative non-fiction. Now, kung mapapansin nyo sa lahat ng binanggit ko, ngayon ko lang sinabi yung word na non-fiction. Lahat ay fiction. So, pag sinabi natin creative non-fiction, totoo siya, factual, pero you will be delivering the story in a creative manner. So, in contrast to other non-fiction writings, like technical writings, ayan, na bawal gumamit ng literary devices or literary techniques, pagdating sa creative non-fiction, nagkukwento ka ng totoo, pero gumagamit ka ng mga creative means or ways para ma-deliver yung story. And still, observing the truthfulness of the story. Kumbaga, wala kang babaguhin, gagawin mo lang siyang creative. Now, this genre is relatively young, masyado pa siyang bago, so marami pa tayong kailangan pang ma-discover pagdating sa genre na to. An example is 1,000 Gifts by Anne Voskamp and Wind, Sand, and Stars by Exupery. Next one is science fiction o isa sa mga favorite ko talaga, yung tinatawag nating sci-fi. Now, this is a genre of speculative fiction with imaginative, futuristic science and technology na very advanced, and in a way, nagbibigay siya sa atin ng caution when it comes to our discoveries kasi doon natin nakikita dun sa kwento kung anong pwedeng mangyari kapag ganito yung nangyari sa ating science and technology. It has a lot of space traveling, time traveling, faster than light traveling, a parallel universe or multi-universe, extraterrestrial creatures or aliens, ayan. So, yung mga Marvel stories, I'm a huge fan of Marvel, and DC of course, ayan, yung mga yan ay sci-fi lahat. Other examples are Suzanne Collins' Mockingjay o yung Hunger Games, ayan, yung buong ano nun. Pati yung Insurgent, Divergent, ayan, and Sarah Maas' Kingdom of Ash. The next one is vlog. Vlog na may V. Meron kasi tayong vlog na V. And that V stands for video. Ito yung mga napapanood natin sa YouTube at sa iba pang mga websites. Pero pag sinabi nating vlog, it is a website with posts na tungkol sa iba't ibang topics. And oftentimes, meron siyang pictures. Okay, so kapag sinabi nating blog, it may be written by one person. So pwedeng isang tao lang ang may-ari nun about his or her experiences or opinions about certain topics. Pwede rin namang iba't ibang tao yung nagko-contribute sa isang blog. Lastly, we have hyper poetry. Ano naman ang hyper poetry? Para rin siyang kahit na anong tula, pero hyper siya kasi gumagamit siya ng hyperlinks or hypertext markups. Now, it can either include sets of words or phrases na arranged in a traditional format, but some of them may be clickable. Kumbaga, pag pinindot mo, may lalabas pang something. Pwedeng dadalhin ka sa panibagong website na mag-explain ng meaning ng word na yon, or panibagong poem na may kinalaman dun sa word na yon or dun sa set of phrases na yon. Or sometimes, in fact, yung pinaka-poem ay nag-transform kapag meron kang pinindot. Kaya nga siya tinawag na hyper poetry. Now, this one started in 1980s pa, and there are diskettes at mga CD versions nito. Pero ngayon, usually we find them online. That's it for our second module. Sana ay may natutunan kayo sa types of 21st century literature. Thank you for staying with me until the end. And if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Please click that subscribe button kung hindi pa kayo nakasubscribe, and yung notification bell para kapag may bago kaming upload na videos ay manonotify kayo. Thank you very much, and God bless everyone. Bye!